Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We're here for the PsiX versus ZSlice ATL America's Pro match. This is going to be for week 7, of course, and we're just about to get started. We are in the lobby, and yeah, this is going to be basically the last week for Psionic Aftermath. After this, we will be getting ready to go into the playoffs, and hopefully we can do well in there. So far, currently we are in the #1 spot in our group B. ZSlice, it's a little bit out of the playoffs. I think they're officially out of the playoff record wise, if my math adds up correctly, but they're just gonna go ahead and play it out. Hopefully we'll get some great games today. I am your caster Snoopy, by the way, if you haven't seen on the overlay in the left hand side. But yeah, hope you're all having a great day so far. I will be reading the stream chat from time to time, so feel free to go ahead and root for your players, or go ahead and type anything you want, and then I'll check it out, of course. Alright, first map will be on Lost and Found LE. And countdown has begun, and we're about to get into our match here. Hopefully I don't forget to switch scenes and switch overlays. I'll try to keep a mental note on that. But if I do miss it, of course, just let me know in the chat, or actually type me in game if you have my ID as well. But anyhow, let's go ahead and set this as a best of 5. And this is our first game. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. Here, spawning at the bottom left corner of the map, we have the Blue Terran player representing Psionic Aftermath. It is Kuna Matata. And here, spawning at the top right position, we have our red Zerg player representing Death Zone Slice. It is Dakon. Alright, so we're going to have a TVZ to start off. And looks like Dakon will be going ahead and getting his hatchery. Now on this map, I think we've seen a lot of games from Maru in general where there's a lot of proxy racks or proxy structures out in the map, and usually the Zerg would want to go ahead and kind of scout with their first overlord all the way down here, maybe, or even up here. Looks like that kind is going to go straight with the first overlord. And for the second overlord, he's going to actually park it right outside, which will help him spot any SCVs. If there's an SCV that's coming down this way, or maybe this way, he's going to suspect that there might be a proxy, because usually if the SCV is sent straight up, it will go through this path. But anyhow, looks like Kuna Matata not going to go ahead and proxy. He's actually going to go for the racks into gas. Racks, gas, and into command center. So he will be going towards the mid game, or maybe going for some timing. We shall see pretty soon. First Reaper on the way for Kuna Matata. Gonna go ahead and try to get some damage, get some worker harass, and maybe even try to block this dirt base maybe. But I think this might just go down right before, maybe. Ooh, if actually the Reaper goes straight to it, he might actually be able to deny it, but gonna go straight into the natural, trying to get some damage done. Ooh, actually that grenade does not actually catch anything, so wasted grenade there. Nice micro by Dakon, saving that drone there. And a little ring around the rosy by this Reaper. Ooh, barely. Oh my god. Nice micro by Dakon. Kuna Matata unfortunately losing that Reaper, getting no drones, and does not deny the third base. So far, good start for Dakon, and that is going to be huge, because without that Reaper, you can't really scout as a Terran. so he's gonna go in blind. Like, you cannot even scout there's gonna be a mass Zergling, Speedling, all rush, or maybe roaches even. But I think Kuna Matata will be okay so far because he's getting his Hellions. There's no all-in coming in for Dakon. He's gonna go ahead and just drone up 6 drones on the way. Actually even denies that supply depot, which is pretty nice. Now speed just finished, so Kuna Matata gonna have to be careful and start maybe walling off around this area with a maybe command center, some depots, maybe even some engineering bay. Now Dakon's gonna go ahead and poke in just to get some scouting information, but does not scout that there is cloaked banshees on the way. There's actually no overlord near Kuna Matata's base to even scout this. He has one on the natural, but it's kind of down to half life, so it will be kind of risky to actually go in. Might be worth it, but might not be worth it. Let's see what this vision does Dakon have so far. Looks like he doesn't have any scouting information yet, so this Banshee might come in quite a surprise. No spore calls yet, but there is a lair on the way, so the lair should be done in time for the Overseer to be morphed in. In the meantime, Roach Warren being plotted down by Dakon, and he is going to go ahead and rely on these roaches to go ahead and try to defend against these Hellions. Now these Hellions going to go ahead and poke in. Let's see, is there anything to defend against this? There's only one queen. Okay, second queen does join in, which will force the Hellions to back out. And I think Dakon should be safe from any Hellion harass. However, there is still no scout on this Banshee. Actually, Kuna Matata has pulled back his Banshees, and oh, actually, did he just? Let me just go ahead and check up the upgrades. Hey, thank you for the cheers, Nemesis. 5 clover leaves, and yeah, it looks like Kuna Matata did finish the cloak, but did not reveal the Banshee until now. So Dakon does scout the Banshees right now and should be. Oh, actually, hey, Kuna Matata. I think this might be a miss. Might go there. Oh my God, is he gonna kill his own supply depot here? He is. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Nearly almost killed his own supply depot there. Now these Zerglings for Dakon ain't gonna do much, and these Banshees are actually gonna catch a lot of these Zerglings, and Dakon might want to be careful because the Hellions. Oh wait, actually, did I miss the Hellions? Oh wow, I missed. Oh my God, my apologies. I missed the Hellions being killed there. It looks like all the Hellions has been cleaned up, so Dakon just needs to worry about these Banshees. Is there any Overseer morphing in? There is one Overseer morphing in, but that's across the map. Oh, and these Banshees might get a lot of damage done. There is one Spoil Crawler on the corner side of the map, but it's not in range if the Banshees goes down to towards the bottom area. Oh, and there's actually no Spore Crawlers in the natural, which is surprising because he did scout the Banshees, so I guess he just mistimed the timing of the Banshees. And 6 drone kills for Kuna Matata. Alright, let's see. So far, currently, I guess supplies are pretty even, I would say. Looks like Kuna Matata is working towards 1-1. Actually, plus 1-1-1. No, actually 1-1 with Combat Shoot. Combat Shoot just finished, so this timing by Kuna Matata is going to hit really strong. And what does Dakon has? Right now, he currently has 15 Hydralisks, 3 Banelings, and 4 Queens. Will this be enough? Now, these Banelings will be doesn't have any Baneling speed, so Kuna Matata does could snipe them pretty easily if he wanted to. Let's go ahead and go back to the production tab. 22 Lings on the way. Central Figure Hooks about to be done. Now there is a Spire for Dakon that might come into play later on, but currently he's just relying on Lings, Hydras, and Banelings. And this choke area is really good for Kuna Matata because Unless Dakon kills the rock, he's gonna be going into a choke, and he is gonna get this around. Oh, get this around and cleans up the tanks. So just too much units there from Dakon, not enough from Kuna Matata. But in the meantime, while that attack was going on, Kuna Matata did finish his third base, pretty much fully saturated at this point. So Kuna Matata staying strong with his economy, and that is forcing Dakon to go ahead and counterattack. But there is 2 tanks, so he might have to be careful. Ooh, kind of throwing away a bit of Lings there. I'm not sure about that decision there. This might actually go ahead and slow down the Dakon's attack here. He is already down to 122, 150 supply. Army supply also down. So I'm not sure if this attack is going to be pretty effective or not. Okay, looks like he is going to go into the natural. Most of the army from Kuna Matata is at third base. Actually, he's not paying attention as he is dropping into the main base. So 7 drones already going down, and it looks like Kuna Matata is gonna be able to clean up this attack while doing damage across the map. Might even take down this main this layer of Dakon, which is gonna be huge. Oh, it goes down. So big pick off by Kuna Matata there. Not only did he hold, but he actually took a base down of Dakon, and Dakon already down economy-wise. Look at that, 56 to 73 workers. So kind of bleeding for drones there. And Kuna Matata feeling pretty safe. Actually throwing down 2 more command centers. I mean, why not at this point? I think, yeah, Kuna Matata probably feel pretty safe knowing that he did defend against that attack and did a lot of damage across the map. And he still has this little, I guess, medevac that he can kind of scare Dakon with that. Unfortunately, there is no units in that medevac, so kind of an empty threat there. But in the meantime, Kuna Matata going to go in to the third of Dakon and takes down another hatchery. So far, Kuna Matata playing really well here, kind of harassing here and there, playing like a true Terran Bao player. And Dakon, he only has a few Hydras, only 2 Banelings. So not the strongest army against what Kuna Matata has. And boy, look at that tank positioning, all spread out very evenly in that choke area, and able to go ahead and poke in and start shooting at the natural of the Zerg base. And if Dakon loses the second base, I think that's pretty much over. I mean, at this point, there's only 2 base to 4 base of the Terran. So it's already really tough for Dakon. But if he loses that natural even more, then he's going to be staying on the 1 base. He's trying to retake his natural. I mean, not his natural, his main, rather. And here we go. Dakon going in. Going to try to go and push in with the Hydras, but just too much Bile and tanks from Kuna Matata. Oh no, and just cleaning up the Hydras. And Kuna Matata taking game 1 of this best of 5 series. So Psionic Aftermath going to go up 1-0 on the scoreboard here. All right. So nice game by Kuna Matata. Nice TVZ to start off this ATL America's Pro match. And let's see if Death Zone Slice can bring it back and tie it up 1-1 in our next game. Next game will be taking place on, let's see, what map is it? Parasite. All right. So we're going to see Parasite for our next match. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's up in the chat. Hey, welcome. Look, oh wow, we have 25 viewers so far. Welcome all, guys. By the way, if you haven't followed our channel yet, feel free to follow our channel. We're actually at 897 followers currently, so 3 away from 900. And I mean, we're trying to climb up to that 1,000 mark, but still got to reach that 900. So 3 more followers to 900, which will be pretty cool. So yeah, just feel free to follow us. We host a lot of different events We have team leagues, in-house tournaments, show matches, etc., that we do every week. So a lot of casts that you can tune in. All right, as soon as we get our second map lobby started, we can go into our second game. All right. All right, before we get started in our second game here, go ahead and try to type into the chat who you are cheering for. Type in whoever team or player you want to side with. Show the players some love, some support, give them their energy. I mean, this is pretty much the end, near the end of the regular season of the ATL America's Pro regular season before we get into the playoffs. So this is a pretty exciting time. I think first 4 teams of each group, or the top 4 team of each group, will advance to the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited to get the playoffs started. Alright, looks like Kuna Matata has joined the Twitch chat after his game. Yeah, well played, Kuna. That was some awesome Terran play. Really by the book, really solid. Oh, looks like we have a follow by Kilo23. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I guess we're up to 898. So 2 more to go to that 900 mark. All right, looks like both players are in the lobby. Both players are ready to go. Just waiting for the host to start the games. All right, countdown has begun. We're about to go into our second game. So let's do it, guys. Hype, hype. Parasite will be the map. You know, for a second when I saw Print SC on the lineup, I for 1 second thought it was Print F. For some reason, I just thought it was Print F. Just at the glance of it, but it's not actually Print F. Of course, Print F is a Protoss player, so. But anyhow, let's go ahead and introduce our player. But before that, let's go ahead and best of 5. Update the scoreboard. 1-0. All right, here we go. At the bottom right corner of the map, representing Psionic Aftermath, it is the green Zerg player. It is Barbarossa. And at the top left position of the map, we have our red Terran player representing Death Zone Slice. It is Print SC. So another TVZ for our second game, which I'm not mad about. I mean, TVZs personally, I feel is my favorite matchup to watch, just because there's a lot of action across the map. A lot of fast-moving action, you know, that not only does the viewer can enjoy, but I think even as a player, you can pretty much enjoy it, you know, playing with a lot of APM and a lot of focus, a lot of harassment as well. But anyhow, Print SC gonna go ahead and scout send an SCV scout. Now this map, of course, they have that little jump area, the little cliff area where Reapers can jump into, which is why I feel like a lot of not Zerg player, a lot of Terran player actually will go ahead and maybe proxy racks right here. But looks like Print SC is just gonna make the racks at his in base, make the standard Reaper, and we'll be throwing down that factory. So we'll see if there's a reactor going down on that barracks pretty soon, so he can switch it out with the factory. Maybe go for that same Hellion build, the Hellion opening that Kun Matata went for last game. But in the meantime, looks like Barbarossa is gonna go ahead and send some links out. We'll probably try and take down this SCV, but the Reaper did stay at home, so it might be a bit tough. But I think with 6 Zerglings, I think he should be okay. So these Zerglings will pull the Reaper away, and then these 4. Oh, this is so smart by Barbarossa. He's gonna. Oh wait, actually. Might be a bit too late here. It's going to be pretty close. This SCV is almost done making this command center, and I think it will just barely. Oh wow, just barely gets the delay there on the SCV. So nice job by Barbarossa delaying this SCV. Now of course he's going to sack about 6 slings here, but I feel like maybe it's pretty much worth it, because you not only delay the SCV production from the second command center, but you also delay that meal energy that can, you know, gather up over time. In the meantime, Barbarossa looks like he's gonna actually transition into a roach. Oh man, this is actually really smart, because Print SC actually stayed home with his Reaper, so he has absolutely no vision of this, no scout on this, and this is gonna catch Print SC off guard, because he opened for Hellions, and what is Hellions going to do against Roaches? Roaches counter Hellions, and there is not even a Banshee on the way. There's actually a Liberator, so he can't even rely on Banshees to defend against this, as he won't be able to make it. And oh man, the Roaches are already halfway across the map, and Print SC has yet to scout this. This might be just an auto GG. I'm not sure how Print SC is going to hold this. If he holds this, I mean, call him like Terran God, the Lord of Terrans or something, because this is going to be this is going to take a miracle to actually defend. Roaches get on top of the Hellions, cleans up most of the Hellions. Oh, actually kind of body blocks some of the Roaches for the Liberators to go ahead and get some pot shots. But so far, actually holding out pretty well. I'm surprised. This is actually doing. I mean, he didn't really lose too many SCVs, losing only 2 SCVs. I mean, he did lose a bit of Hellions, but not actually that bad of a defense. But of course, Barbarossa wasn't actually really all in here. He droned up behind this, up 42 to 30 workers. I feel like if he wanted to, if he made a bit more Roaches or Zerglings, he might have actually just won outright. But I think Barbarossa just gonna go ahead and be content with just macroing up. He got good enough damage done, I feel like, and he's gonna go ahead and start getting his upgrades. Now he did see the Liberator, so he is gonna go ahead and make a Spore Caller. Nice reaction time by Barbarossa. Doesn't lose too much, only 2. So I guess currently, I guess total 8 workers killed for Barbarossa and 2 for Print SC. Not too bad. Alright, so third command center on the way for Print SC. Working towards that tank marine composition there. Oh, actually no, he actually made a second factory here. So he is going for mech here. Actually, no, 3 factories. So definitely going for a mech here. Oh wow, I love this, because this map is really good for mech just because of the layout. I mean, if you can see right here, these areas for the Terran player is going to be really strong. If ever Barbarossa will go ahead and expand over here, he can position his tanks here. Even if he comes right here, he will be pretty good in terms of positioning. Yeah, just a lot of areas in this map that are just really good for mech. In the meantime, Print SE is going to go ahead and try to get some damage done, get some drone harass, but not too much going to be done here as there's just enough roaches to swat these Hellions away. Oh, gets 2 there at the last minute, but not too well, what's the word? Not too bad for, or not too dangerous for Barbarossa, as he's only lost 2 there. Looks like Print SE is gonna go ahead and try to take his 3rd. Now on this map, I feel like it's kind of sometimes difficult to actually choose the 3rd, because there's actually this base that you can choose as a 3rd, maybe this base as a 3rd, even this base as a 3rd. And sometimes I feel like maybe if he's going for mech, maybe he can actually go for this base, because you could position the tanks here and there, and if there's attacks coming to that 3rd, then you can defend it. But it looks like he's gonna go ahead and get 12 o'clock position instead. Oh, actually I like this 2 medevac door drops. I mean, we don't see this a lot often, I feel, but Print SC pulling out the 2 medevac door drop. Now the overseer did see this. The overseer did scout this as he was flying by, so maybe he wasn't paying attention, because all the roaches for Barbarossa is going across the map. He's might actually have to sack this 4th base, maybe even cancel it. He's gonna try and defend it with a few roaches, but that's not enough roaches for 2 doors. And in the meantime, oh, we have some roach burrow play from Barbarossa. Ooh, if he actually saved this 4th base rather, this could actually be pretty good for Barbarossa. But in the meantime, Barbarossa spraying his roaches, gonna go and pop out as soon as he get into position here. There's some good siege tank positioning though, but here we go, pops out the roaches and destroys all the tanks. Oh wow. And now Barbarossa has free reign on this 3rd base. In the meantime, he did lose the 4th base, so he wants to get some damage done. I'm not sure if that's enough damage to warrant the loss of that 4th base though. I mean, Print SC, I mean, he did have some good tank spread, but looks like more roach reinforcements coming in, and all catches all these siege tanks that weren't even sieged at all. And the swarm is coming in, guys. The roaches marching into the natural, marching into the main, and is going to get on top of these production facilities, all these factories that's producing, and they will just, all these units going to pop out to their death, as there's so much roaches in the main base. Even more roaches at their base, getting some more SCV kills. And this is pretty much game-ending damage, I feel. 20, 30 plus SCVs going down, 35. And this is going to keep rising. And I think, yeah, it looks like Print SC will have to go with GG at some point. He is going to go ahead and try to get this door to kind of be the hero door and clean up everything. But I don't know. There's even more roaches coming in. Now, these are nice liberators protecting the main base, but they have absolutely, I mean, Print SC has absolutely no answer for these roaches at the natural. And pretty much this 3rd base has been disintegrated. And well played by Barbarossa. He gets the 2nd win for Psionic Aftermath, puts Psionic Aftermath up 2-0. So 1 more win to go to close out the series. So well played there, Barbarossa. Well, a really great opening, I feel. Unfortunate for Print SC, he did not get enough of a scout on first the Lings and also the Roach play. So really nice build there coming in for Barbarossa. And we'll see if Death Zone Z will go ahead and come back. Now, they will have to win 3 games in a row to just try to get the reverse all kill. But I mean, we've seen crazy stuff, so it's very possible. But looks like the momentum so far currently in Psionic Aftermath's favor. So we shall see. This 3rd game will be taking place on Acid Plant. So very familiar, very old and familiar map. Should see some good games there. and we will get started as soon as both players join the lobby and the countdown goes. So, yep. Looks like a pretty good game so far, although pretty fast as well. I mean, I think we started at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, and it's only currently 7:36 p.m. So this could end pretty much in less than an hour, I feel, unless Death Zone Z starts coming back. All right, looks like we have jumped up to 28 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's pretty awesome there. And I know that there's another caster stream as well, so it's pretty surprising because I thought that the viewers will be split, but it looks like we're doing pretty good in terms of the viewer count. All right, both players are in the lobby. Oh wait, actually no, one player is still left. Let's see. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and wait for PsiX to come into the lobby. All right, let's go ahead and check what's happening in the chat. Not too shabby. Oh, looks like we got some rooting for Barbarossa last game. Oh, it was Barbarossa's first win for the team. Oh, nice. Congrats, man. Yeah, you played really well. That was a good opening and very executed very nicely. All right, so as we wait, let's go ahead and check out the current standings so far. So basically, Psionic Aftermath is currently first in Group B with 6 wins and 1 losses. Map score is 20-9. Now in second place is All Inspiration with 6 wins and 2 losses. They got a map score of 20-12. And they're pretty much similar record for Dark Society Gaming, which is in third place. But All Inspiration did get the walkover win, I believe, earlier today against Dark Society Gaming, as they were a no-show. So I think that's why All Inspiration is at second place instead of third. And then Try Again is at fourth place at 4 and with a 4-3 record, map score of 17-13. Looks like a pretty close score in terms of 4th and 5th place, which will be pretty interesting because, again, I believe the top 4 teams of each group advances to the playoffs. Now, Death Zone Slice is at 6th place currently with a record of 3-3 with a map score of 11-13. So not the best season they wanted, but I'm sure they'll try to bounce back next season. They're gonna go ahead and try to put up a fight for for tonight. So we shall see. And I mean, it's currently up 2-0 for Psionic Aftermath, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult, but still possible. All right, as we wait for the players, let me know what's going on, guys. How's it going? Seems like Lanfear is prepping for his rematch against Lord of Terrans. I'm expecting that's gonna be the show match, the $5 show match that Droptimus runs. I feel like that would be a pretty good show match to watch. I mean, I guess, yeah, I would. You guys are around the same, you know, skill level, I think, right? If I recall correctly. All right, looks like PsiX has come online and he has joined the lobby, so we shall get started pretty soon. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention the ATL America's Pro has actually gotten a prize pool recently. Wolf Slayer has generously sponsored the ATL America's Pro, and I believe it's a 200 prize pool. I'm not sure how it split it. I don't recall the actual money split, but that is so generous of Wolf Slayer. And yeah, that's gonna put some stake in this ATL America's Pro season. Whoever wins is gonna go home with a bit of money. Hopefully we will do well and actually hopefully win it, but we got some tough competition as this is a very competitive team league. A lot of top tier, you know, teams that are currently participating in the team league, so we shall see. I mean, I got my fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll have a great playoffs run. I mean, we're led by our pretty good leader, Captain Sushi, who has done really well, has won us ATL America's Pro championships in the past, so I think we're in good hands. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get into this third game here, as it is going to be on Acid Plant. All right, let's go ahead and update the score 2-0. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and introduce our players here. Spawning at the bottom right, we have our blue Zerg player from Death Zone Slice. It is Camp. And spawning at the top left position, we have our orange Terran player from Psionic Aftermath. It is PsiX. And here we have our first proxies of the day. Another TVZ, our third TVZ in a row. However, the past two games, we have not had any proxies, which I was surprised about. But it looks like PsiX is going to proxy. Oh, it looks like Camp is going to scout this immediately. So this is going to be really good for Camp to actually start preparing for this. The first path of the defense is actually to scout, and then second is to actually execute the correct defense. So Camp has scouted this. Now let's see what he does. He actually sends out 3 drones. Let's see if he can actually delay this barracks. They're about 75% done. I'm not actually targeting the SCV, so a little bit of a mistake there. And I think PsiX might barely... Oh, yep, he does finish this barracks, but he does take down the SCV. So that's one SCV to proxy a bunker or of some sort. And so far, what does Camp is going to do? He's going to throw down the spawning pool. He did go for the hatch first, so he's not going to actually cancel it. He's going to go rely on his drone defense. And so far, PsiX gonna send out his first 2 Marines. Now again, he's down a SCV, and his second SCV is actually down really low in terms of health. So he can't really afford to lose that. He's gonna have to micro really carefully. And so far, Camp gonna go ahead and pull his drones. So far, looking pretty nice. Oh, actually does not target fire the SCVs, so this bunker might actually finish. But I think with these lings, he might actually be able to finally stop this bunker. He definitely gets stop the bunker in terms of because he got the SCV, but these lings are still alive, so he's gonna have to be careful. He throws down a spine crawler rather, and oh, gotta be careful with the Marines. Don't wanna overextend there. But I think with 2 queens, I think Camp should look to be in a pretty safe position here. PsiX might wanna cancel that, at least refund that, you know, minerals. Or unless he's actually sending a SCV. No, it doesn't look like he's sending an SCV, so. Oh, okay. Just barely got to cancel there. In the meantime, PsiX looks like he's going to go ahead and transition into a factory. The good thing about this proxy play is that you can transition pretty easily as a Terran. So even though if he does not get a lot of damage done, he still can transition pretty easily. Now, Camp has defended really well so far. I mean, considering he didn't even get early gas, and he just relied on his drones and queens. So really good defense by Camp so far. And actually, he's going to throw down a 1 spine crawler in the back just to be extra safe. Now, I don't think he needs to. Oh, actually, maybe he does, because looks like PsiX is continuously producing Marines. So maybe this spine crawler might be actually be a good call. But I feel like maybe he can actually defend without the spine. But we shall see. It looks like PsiX is kind of poking in and out. Oh, is he going to commit to this? Oh, nice transfuse there, saving the queen. Get the surround on the Marines. Oh, and this attack is shut down 100% by Camp. And yep, Camp is gonna be able to go ahead and just get back to droning. He does actually make 10 more lings just to be extra careful, but he can feel safe in just droning up. Now in the meantime, PsiX got his second and third command center, which I love this play. I mean, at this point, what does the Zerg really has? I mean, he has only ling speed. What's that's gonna do against this wall here? I mean, PsiX can just repair, and just kind of macro up with this second and third command center. And look at the worker count, guys. 25 to 28. That's not too far. That's not where the Zerg wants to be at this point, especially with the Terran going 3 command centers. I mean, that's a lot of SCV production and Muse that is gonna overwhelm the Zergs in terms of economy wise. And oh my god, PsiX is gonna go out with these Hellions. These Zerglings are kind of out of position here, and he can actually get some drone kills if he wanted to, but there are 4 queens, so he's gonna have to be careful and back out. I think he should be yeah, he should be safe though. Yeah, there's a spine crawler, and Lings has come back. Now PsiX keeping his Zerg back in his home base, so he can't really have the Zerg put on some pressure. And I don't think he actually scouted this Zerg base, did he? Oh no, actually he had that Overlord on top. For some actually that Overlord just camouflaged pretty well. Didn't actually see that. But anyhow, PsiX does get the Viking, so he will be able to take down that Overlord. But I think, yeah, Camp did get the scouting information that he needed, so it should be fine. Oh, PsiX might get the surround. Might want to be careful here. Oh, the Lynx does get the wraparound. PsiX kind of going through the middle line, but will lose these 4 Hellions. So that is pretty much all for PsiX, as that was pretty much his only harassing army out there. Looks like PsiX is going to go ahead and transition into tank marine, which is pretty standard. I think most Terran feel most comfortable with that composition in terms of micro and engagements. I mean, of course, there are players that prefer mech, but I think for the most part, most Terrans prefer tank. And Marine composition. Looks like PsiX is going to go ahead and get his third. Now Camp, he's actually not scouted this, so can't actually send his Lings there yet. But so far, Camp just spreading the creep, kind of macroing up, getting his +1/1, which is about to be done soon. He can start producing +2/2. And it's just going to go ahead and scout around, trying to poke around in and out, see what's up. In the meantime, PsiX getting his stim, which is about to be done. And his first medevac is out, so he can put on some drop harass, but probably wants to actually produce a bit more medevacs before he does that. But so far, really quick creep spread by Camp. It's already halfway across the map towards PsiX's base. And this is going to give him a lot of visions here. Now, he did see that medevac, but was he paying attention? It looks like maybe he was. He's actually not positioning into the main base, so maybe he did not actually pay attention to that. Looks like it is rallied towards maybe the 4th or the main. We'll see where he flies that into. But in the meantime, Zerg player going for Spire. So he is going to go for that Ling Bailing Muta play, which I think is, I guess people can say is old school. It's not as common these days because they're not as strong, but I feel like Ling Bailing Muta can still be strong if micro correctly. But meantime, PsiX drop is going to go into the main, going to get some drone kills. 8, 9, 10 drones going down so far, 11, and getting some really nice done. Oh, might actually get the Spire. Oh, he does get the cancel on that Spire, so really efficient drop here by PsiX. Not only getting 11 drones, but actually delaying that the Spire. So that's extra time for PsiX to get prepared to get his turrets up, to get his Widow Mine or Marine production up, and start defending against that. The Mutas are not going to do any damage against PsiX if he defends correctly here. I mean, certainly he has plenty of time, but in the meantime, he's still going to go ahead and maybe do some more drop harass. Now with the canceled Spire delaying the Muta, that means that there's an extra timing window for PsiX to actually harass with these drops, because the Mutas aren't out to chase down these medevacs. But instead, it looks like PsiX is going to be content with just delaying or taking out these creep instead with these medevac. Oh, but these queens are going to reinforce here and might actually try to target on the medevac, but PsiX pulls it out, does go back in as soon as his ignition igniter, his medevac speed boost thingy does. Oh, actually, scratch that. Let's hold on that dot, because there are some Lings that are going to get some surround on these Marines. That's big. That's actually a huge pickoff, because the more you can whittle down the Marine count, the more the Mutas can be effective. Actually, did we see any Mutas out on yet? It looks like he's just going to stick with Ling Banelings. Okay, there we go. First few Mutas on the way. I don't think he's going to commit to this too much, because I think because PsiX did scout this pretty early on, so he does not want to commit too much to the Mutas. Instead, he's going to get Hive and maybe go into the Broodlord tech, but that's going to be a far way along, because PsiX is already pushing out into the 4th base of the Zerg. And what does he have? He doesn't really have much, only a few Lings and Banelings. Now, if he can get a surround, okay, then maybe he can clean this up, but he is going to definitely lose his 4th base here. And he does get the surround, and here we go. Lings and Banelings go in. Banelings get some good connection though, but will he have enough? I think he just barely has enough. Mutas just comes out just in time, and PsiX dropped this. Oh, what just a bit of a miss. Micro does lose a medevac full of army there. Now, who came out on the better end of that half? I feel like maybe it might be an even split, because PsiX did lose a bit of army right there, but he did get the 4th base at the very least. So currently he's on 4 bases about to become against the 3 bases of the Zerg. But he needs to defend against this before he can get that advantage because these Lings and Bailey, oh, gets that group of Marines. Will have to force the command center to lift. And in the meantime, Muta's harassing the third base. I'm surprised there's no turrets as he scouted the spire pretty early, but finally throwing down some turrets here, getting some turrets rings. He did get the turret in the main base as well as a natural, so that's good. Alright, Muta's coming back in before these turrets finishes. I think this main one will barely finish in time, so he should be safe from the Mutas for now. But he still needs to worry about this Ling Bailing army at the right side that is kind of parked around the outer area of the fourth base. And oh my god, guys, look at the creep spread, guys. It is like overwhelming at this point. Like the whole map is like purple. Oh, actually blue right here. His color is actually blue. So yeah, it's pretty much the whole map is blue at this point. And PsiX is going to need a lot of scans to clean this up. Maybe he is better off getting a Raven or two. But looks like he's just going to be content with just using scans and Marines rather to clean up the creep spread. Muta's doing a lot of damage in the main, getting a factory down there. Forcing the Marines to actually retreat to the main base. And PsiX is going to throw down a bunch of turrets in the main because of these Mutas. But these Mutas are going to circumvent and maybe attack this third base. Ooh, we have a cheer from Chevy. 5 cheers saying, and taking cheer #1 spot. All right, so Chevy's looking to get the #1 spot. I hope he actually starts repairing. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Repair, repair, repair. Oh, that was so close there. Woo! That was getting a little pretty kind of close. It was on fire. But some clutch repair there, and I gotta say, both players are pretty. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, nice scan there. Wow, that could have been actually really that could have been really dangerous. But oh my god, look at the swarm getting the engagement, the surround, and all the Marines going down. Cleans up the Marine force, the tank as well, whittling them the numbers down. And oh my god, Camp all of a sudden getting a 100 supply lead. There is no answer for these Ultralists. I mean, Marines kind of tickled them. There's no Marauder production. He's only going to rely on tanks and Marines, which is not really good against Ultralists. I mean, the good thing for him is that he's actually getting a lot of damage done across the map with this drop. Does clean up 20 drones, but this army that's coming across the map for Camp is going to be really strong. He's going to morph some Banelings in, and PsiX is going to have to wall off and camp behind this wall of supply depots. In the meantime, it's going to get some more damage done with these 2 medevac drops. Really back and forth game here. I mean, Camp looking to be in a really good position, but PsiX trying to fight his way through with these drop harass. But I don't know what he can do against this tanks and Banelings that's killing his 4th base, or his last true mining base. Muta's ravaging the main base as well. And with the cleanup of the medevac drops, I think this might be GG. And PsiX will have to tap out, and ZSlice is gonna start their comeback, get their first points on the scoreboard. Currently 2-1. So well done there by Camp, keeping his team's life alive. Again, thank you for the cheer, Chevy. Taking that #1 bit cheer place. Nemesis not too far behind with 5 bits there, so we'll have to keep a lookout for that. Anyhow, next map, our 4th game will be taking place on the map of Blue Shift. So that should be a pretty interesting game. We'll get that started as soon as both players enter the lobby and are confirmed ready. Alright, Xenodactyl says in the chat, the win rate of 2 racks, 3 racks versus Zerg in tournaments has to be absolutely insane. I've never seen this strategy lose. You know what? I think Maru kind of showed all the Terrans the way. So she's like, all right, Snoopy, get your banhammer out. Who said this strategy doesn't lose? Oh, man. I guess Xeno kind of cursed Psych there. But to be fair, Camp really defended well. I mean, he got the early scout with the Overlord, so really good second Overlord rally, spotting that barracks pretty much as soon as possible, and sending those 3 drones to actually delay, or actually get the SCV kills rather, so that the bunker can't finish, because that bunker was kind of close to being finished. So I mean, if he had a second SV, he might have been able to make that bunker stay alive or actually complete it. But yeah, with those 3 drones, pull and harass, and then using the queens and the zerglings as well as the drones to defend, gotta give up to Camp. He did pretty well, I feel. But Psych, I think, had a really great transition into the second and third command center, because the Zerg didn't really have any answer for that. He didn't have any Baneling Nest or Roach Warren to counterattack, to punish the Terran for doing that, for going so greedy. And yeah, just well played by both players, I feel. Alright, looks like we're waiting for Death Zone's player to arrive. Seems like their captain saying that he is entering game, so he shall be on pretty soon. Alright, so earlier on when I said the games might actually finish before 8 o'clock, well, I was wrong, which I'm pretty happy about, because you know, I want to see some more of these awesome games. So we're past the 1 hour mark, so that's good. Got some good competition here, and we shall get started on our fourth game pretty soon. Lobby is being made. I think players are here. I think. Yep, players are here. So that's good. Again, feel free to follow us on our Twitch channel. We are 2 away from 900 followers. So trying to rack up those followers, get some good following here. And then after we reach 900, on our way to 1K followers. It's going to be a journey, of course, but I feel like one day we will reach that point, which will be pretty awesome. Alright, looks like we got our player here, just waiting for that ZSlice player to enter in, which you shall be in pretty soon, I believe. By the way, this month is September month, so you can actually continue a sub for $1 as well. So if you are trying to resub to a channel that you're already subbed to, this will be the month and the time to do so, because after September is ended, then it's going to go back to $4.99 instead of $1. So this is like a good discount time, or good deal rather. So might want to go ahead and take advantage of that. But in the meantime, let's see what's going on in the chat. Looks like we have some Just random chat in the or random conversations. Ooh, Snap XD supporting PsiX. You fought hard. Yep, PsiX. Yeah, you definitely didn't play too bad. You fought pretty hard, and pretty strong. I wouldn't say that was a complete blowover. You did put up a fight, and definitely had some chances to actually win that game. All right, looks like one of the players are ready, waiting for our second player to be ready. All right, looks like our second player is ready. And countdown has begun, guys. We're about to enter our fourth game. Blue Shift is going to be the map. Now, again, Psionic Aftermath is still up 2-1, so they're one game away from winning the series. However, ZSlice kind of making a comeback here. Got their first win. Just need a second win to push it to an ace match. And when it gets to the ace match, anything can happen. So it'll be interesting to see if they manage to do so. Now, Blue Shift, one of those new maps for this season, of course. If you kind of rotate around, it's kind of like Catalyst, basically. But I like that there are 2 watchtowers. That's going to be really important to get visions and to see where the opponent is coming from. But it's going to be a ZVZ here, so I don't think it even matters. I think Overlord positioning will be the key here. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and introduce our players here. Currently down, currently score is 2-1, right? 2-1. 2-1. All right, there we go. All right, spawning at the top right, we have our Teal Zerg player representing Psionic Aftermath. It is Starkiller. And here at the bottom left corner of the map, we have our red Zerg player rather, representing ZSlice, trying to force an ace match. It is Manalo. Let's just call him Mano for short, right? Because that's a tongue twister there, I feel. Manolo. Yeah, let's just call him Mano. All right, so we had 3 TVZs the past 3 games. Nice change up here. We got a ZVZ here. Unfortunately, we don't have a Protoss, so my Protoss heart kind of weeps here, but I'm okay because ZVZ can be pretty exciting here. A lot of Zergling, Baneling openings, or either just straight into Roaches. But I feel like both players might go. I know one player might go into Ling Baneling play. I have a feeling. My gut is telling me that, and my gut has never ever been wrong. Never ever been wrong. So we shall see if this is going to be the first time that I am wrong, or my gut is. My gut also says that I'm going to win the lottery in the next week or so. Alright, in the meantime, looks like Starkiller is going to go ahead and actually retreat with his Lings. He did scout some early Lings with the Overlord here, so he is going to play it safe and retreat his Lings. Going to just be careful, and there we go. Like I said, one of these players is going to go Ling Baneling. Looks like Mano is going to get his own Baneling nest, but it is going to be extremely behind Starkiller's. I mean, his is already finished. Oh, actually, we might have a little skirmish here out in the middle of the map in the bushes area. Oh, speed is done, so he is gonna get actually pick off some of these lings, which is gonna be huge. Every ling that you can pick off at this point is gonna be huge because there's a ling banging attack. Banging is still not done for Mono, and these speedlings are already done. Speed is 75% done for Mono. This is gonna be a pretty scary time for him. Now remember, banglings are coming in, are morphing in, and here we go. Banglings moving into the main base. Lings get the surround on the queen. Oh my god, these drones. Oh, 14 drones going down. Oh, and no GG at all. Mono is not even gonna GG. He's just gonna go out and just concede here. Oh my god, what a Baneling hit. 14. But oh my god, Star Killer ending this in a really quick match, or a quick let's see, how much was that? That was, oh wait, what? 0? Okay, let's just call it below 5-minute match. Oh wait, there we go. Just popped up right there. 4-minute blue shift game here. That was pretty quick, guys. Wow. I mean, that was just pretty much straight up Ling Baneling kill. There we go. There we have it. 3-1. Psionic Aftermath will take it. So winning their last regular season game, and we are headed to the playoffs as the #1 spot in the standings in our group. So hopefully we will make a great run in the playoffs. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the games. I know the last game was pretty quick, but nonetheless, still satisfying. See, at least, you know, Baneling's killing all those drones. Gotta be pretty satisfying. But anyhow, I think this will wrap it up. Thank you all for tuning in once again. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. This is your friendly neighborhood puppy dog signing out. Wow.